Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I love the fact that there's a raid. That just makes my whole day. Thank you so much for that. So today I'm going to just show those that weren't here yesterday, this little fan that I bought. I'm not making any money, but this was at Walmart for half price for $9. And it's the coolest little fan, and it's charged by your USB. I bought 2 of them. They're awesome. I would look into them. Another thing I wanted to show you guys, I was watching Robin at Creativity RV, and she had some really good stuff for safety and lighting. And then Roy and Becky's channel was talking about lighting to keep rodents away and stuff like that. So I found this little thing, again, on sale because I'm cheap. I'm thrifty. And it's a motion sensor, and I can adjust it. And I think I'm going to connect it to the ambulance when I'm parked, and then have it aimed where I want. And it's actually really bright. So that was like $10.50, you guys. That's so easy. Just a couple AAA batteries and it's done. And I'm not sure if Lance is here from Boondocking with Boomer. If you are, and if anybody watched yesterday, I bought some, okay? I'm not drinking pop today, no Diet Pepsi. I have Tetley green tea, except I don't think it is not caffeinated, so I'm not drinking it tonight. But I do have a glass of water, so there you go. I really hope he's here and sees this. Let me say hello to who's all in the chat tonight. Full-time Dream, thank you so much for coming. Vancity Adventure, again, that name sounds familiar to me. It's almost like we might be meeting them today. Justin and Christina, RV Van Life, thank you for coming. Northwoods RV Life, thank you too. Linda Barker, thank you. I saw your comments on yesterday's. Thank you so much for that. Simple Life Big Adventures, thank you for coming in as well. Christian, Tumbleweed RV Life. I need to talk to you, my friend. If you watched yesterday's interview with Boondocking with Boomer, they have different information about crossing into the US. It might be an option. So that's something I think we should get together and discuss. Imagine Your Odyssey. Thank you so much for being here. And I appreciated your compliment in the previous live stream at Northwoods RV Life. I hope I look like I'm getting more comfortable with the live streams. I feel like I am. I just kind of decided I'm just me, and I'm just going to be happy being me. And there's enough people in the world that if they want to watch, they'll watch. And if they don't, they'll find someone else. And that's how it's supposed to be, right? Q's Cruisers, hey. Kid 74, thanks for coming back. Lucretia, Burning Up the Roads. Wicked Adventure, thank you so much for coming out. Lori Hackett, it's almost like I was just watching you. Van Life Rocks, thanks Ray for coming. Oh, I appreciate the comment on the intro, thank you. RV Review of the Air Force Guy. I don't know why it took me so long to say that properly. I just stumbled over it for the longest time, but I got it now. It's good to be cheap. Thank you. I just feel like if I buy something on sale that I'm like super proud of myself. But what I have to do is when I see a sale, is that a need or a want? Still working on finding that balance, but as long as it's on sale, I don't feel guilty. Going Green Mom, thanks so much. Maybe we will have as much fun today as we did last night, although I'm not telling some of those same stories. Thank you very much. I was almost thinking I was going to go back and make yesterday's live stream private or like cut off the last hour because it was probably too much fun. What did I buy on sale? Oh, not my tea, but I did get the green tea. This motion sensor light and the fan that I was talking about yesterday. I had 2. So I'm kind of excited. And after yesterday finding out I might be able to cross into the States this winter, Oh, I can actually like load everything up and get ready to go. Love the sensor light. Thank you. Killer Whale Channels, thank you so much for being here as well. All right. I am just going to go ahead. Are you ready, Vancity Adventure? Oh, Going Green Mom. Yeah, another one. I have 2 of these fans because I don't have to waste any batteries. And you know what? I can carry it anywhere I want to go. That is the best part. And you saw yesterday how much this saved me every time I got embarrassed, because I blush a lot. And so I kept putting this on me. And I had my hair down yesterday, so you could see how much this puts out. It's a little noisy though, but I could live with it. I'm just waiting for my guest to finish what he's working on. He is in the background. But Christian, Lance with Boondocking with Boomer yesterday. Sorry, don't catch my bangs. I didn't do that yesterday. Apparently we can cross the border, but we have to quarantine for 14 days when we cross into the States. So I'm trying to remember who else. Was it Justin and Christina said it as well? But yeah, there was a couple other Canadian channels on last night, and we were all talking about apparently we can cross into the States. So for me, that means that quartzite might be an option. I might get to go to the RTR because that's what I've been planning on for like the last year. And then COVID hit, and yeah. So I don't know. I think I'm going to like figure out what I'm doing with the house for the winter. Rent it out with all my stuff, whatever I have to do, put it in storage. I don't care. And I'm going to see if I can get across the border driving. Apparently we can drive. And I said, well, that made no sense because Tumbleweed RV said that it couldn't even touch American soil. And you guys were considering other ways of crossing through to Mexico. So I don't know. It's changing every day. So I think I'm going to go to the border every day until someone lets me across. We'll see how it goes. Imagine Your Odyssey. Thank you so much for being here. And I missed someone. Christian Nomad. Thank you for being here. And Where to Lillian. Thank you as well. I just subbed to your channel yesterday. Oh, hot flashes. Absolutely. I was joking about it yesterday. Because I blush all the time, and when I know I'm embarrassed, then my face gets even redder. So I'm like, I'm 45. I'll just say I'm having a hot flash and I'll take it with me everywhere. And people will just feel sorry for me instead of feeling like I'm an idiot. That's my plan. It might not work that way though. Let's see, Christian Nomad. You're going to be in quartzite at the RTR time frame too. Me too. You know what? I'm going to call my boss soon and sit down and have a little chat and see what I can get worked out. I'm going to call the border that's the closest to me. I mean, I'm only an hour and a half from the border anyway, so it's not a big deal to drive there. And if I have to turn around, I have to turn around. But I'm getting my shit together. Because if I can still be working from home, I can work from my ambulance, hop in the ambulance, and go. Once I'm in the States, I'm in the States, right? So then I think the 180 days will still apply. And yeah, am I blushing again? Son of a gun. All right, I'll just put it on light. Sheesh. See, this is ridiculous. If I go down here, you guys wouldn't see it, would ya? The journey awaits. Thanks so much for coming in. I just subscribed to your channel as well. How awesome is that? Hot flashes? Oh, you're a guy my age. You don't understand it. Your wife's probably younger. Are you ready, Vancity Adventures? Are you ready to come up on the stream? You just want to give me a thumbs up or something? I see there's a couple technical glitches going on there. Oh, thumbs up. Okay, we'll see how it goes. I just look windswept. Thank you, Going Green Mom. All right, let me introduce you to Vancity Adventures. Hello.
I'm ready.
I don't think you need your mask on anymore, buddy.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh.
Yeah. You just came back from Vancouver?
Yes.
How was that?
Crazy. There we go.
What are you looking at? Is there a fly?
No, I'm just moving you to my other monitor here.
Oh, I had a fly in here earlier and the dogs kept jumping and snapping and spent all afternoon trying to get that one fly. But I think I got it. Or the dogs did because I don't see it anymore. So I was taking another in-depth look at your channel and I'm like, okay, so when it first came up, it showed 16 videos, yet you have almost 2,000 subscribers and you're monetized already. And then I checked it a little further and I'm like, what the hell? You didn't even start this channel till July 9th.
We actually started but I actually started things under my company, my construction company. And that's been around, that YouTube channel's been around since I think 2015 or 16. And then from talking to people, I needed to separate things. So I separated and pulled. We had one video that had like 20,000 views. And so we ended up pulling and separating into 3 sites. So I have my company website or company YouTube site. And then I've got Tasha has her own channel. And then we started up the Vancity Adventure site as well.
Oh, I love that just floated right over to you.
That's part of the other part of the adventure.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
Good.
You like being in the videos with Dad, hey?
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, I got to see the back of your head in a few of them today. That's pretty cool. But so, okay, because when I'm looking, it looks like the first channel that you have is your work one.
Yep.
Because that started later, but you didn't start posting those videos on there until like, what did I have here?
Those
2018.
videos, they started in April for the adventure stuff.
Well, your adventure channel, though, wasn't started until you must have moved them over on July 9th.
Yes. So we
okay, because I'm like, holy crap.
That.
But still, that's amazing. I saw you, Tasha the pug. Is Tasha around?
She is.
Everybody's going to want to see Tasha. You realize this, right?
Okay, come here. Oh, you can say hi?
So Tasha has her own channel.
She does.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
But her channel doesn't have very many subscribers, yet on your channel, one video of her had 21,000 views.
And I wish I could pull that over to her site, but for some reason I can't.
Oh.
So it still sits on the other one.
Wow, though. 21,000. I mean, and it was so different than the other things that are still on there because that was the work one, right?
Yeah. We get a lot of views from some of the renovations we've done. We did a couple renovations that have been in a few movies, and we've done tons of different interviews.
Did you want to explain that channel to everyone first with your company?
Ridgewater Homes is our construction and renovation company. And on that channel, basically that channel's just been a place to post things. And when we...
And that is the channel. Is it Caden?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Caden. Thank you, Caden.
So I think it was last year, we were doing a parade, a Christmas parade. And I reached out to Chrome from Vancity Van Life.
Yeah.
And asked him, which I didn't know he had his YouTube channel at that time, because we had been friends for 20 some years, but kind of drifted apart there for a bit.
Yeah.
And I asked him about some music and stuff for the parade. And he's like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. So I kind of left that. We did our parade and then came back and was talking to him. He's like, you should really work on your YouTube channel. So I thought, that's actually a good idea. So that's when we started doing more stuff for Ridgewater.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to do adventures. And then, of course, Tasha she's just so much fun to film and to to edit. So we started doing everything on the same channel. And then we were told by some people, yeah, you need to separate it all. So you've got your separation.
Very clear divisions, because each channel now is very precise to what it's centered around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, Tasha and Vancity Adventures have a lot of crossover, just because she's on both, right?
Well, of course. Because if you take her with you everywhere, she's going to be in those adventures. But your videos, oh my goodness. I'm speechless. Everybody watching knows that that's really rare, but the footage is amazing. And you're in British Columbia. So some of the stuff like that train derailment with all the graffiti on it, it was so interesting. But the angles of your shots and how clear the images are. And your voice is an excellent voiceover kind of voice. I was so impressed.
Well, part of I grew up doing construction. Like my parents, like I've always liked to build stuff, and I've always been artistic. So I've painted murals. I've built, like, I remember being Caden's age and building like cars and stuff out of scrap plywood and all that fun stuff. And then my parents were doing a renovation, and they asked me, or the guy that was there asked me if I wanted to help. And I said, yeah. And he ended up becoming my first boss for, I don't know how many years, during the summers and stuff like that. And during that time, I was also acting, and I was modeling as well. Long time ago. Now I'm just that old. But that's partially back then how I met Chrome. Was I was actually doing design, but I was also at the same time putting together, I was doing some design for a bridal shop.
Okay.
And he was the DJ for the fashion show that we were going to do. And then he wanted some graphic work done. That's how we actually met and started hanging out and all that other stuff. But yeah, I used to do a lot of different things. I was supposed to audition for Inspector Gadget for Dr. Claw, but I never did in the end. Things like that. So
what got you started with the YouTube channels at all? Where did that come out of?
For Vancity Adventure, it was basically COVID. When COVID hit, it really slowed work down because we had so many more things that we had to do, and that added to the cost. A lot of clients didn't want that extra cost. We have one client that because of COVID, it slowed down their mortgage, the bank payment. So we're still waiting on that. So I'm the type of person, I work 12-hour days, and my mind's always going. And when COVID hit, I wasn't working 12-hour days, and I was going crazy. Like, I got to do stuff.
Yeah.
And to release some of that stress, we started doing more adventures, going out and to the back roads and just enjoying nature. So we figured, why not just video it and have some fun, see what happens. So
yeah, you have some really good stuff up there.
Oh yeah, we've discovered some pretty amazing things, actually.
Like bears, the old train wreck, a lot of things I can't even remember now.
Mm-hmm.
Just so much stuff. It's so hard to keep track of, right?
What it's really about is to clear your mind and find your soul.
Well, that must be why I love that channel so much, because I think it does that for me. I think you're doing a really good job, buddy. It's working. It's working. I'm just going to take a minute and say hello to the others that have come in, and anybody that has any questions, absolutely post them. There is a question that was to post a link of, what is Tasha the Pug? It's just called Tasha the Pug. That's Tasha.
It's her. It's just on YouTube. It's just Tasha the Pug.
Okay, so you guys, I'll try to remember to add it into the live stream description after it's done. And yeah, Tumblewood RV Life, like he had 15,000 views on one day. Like it just seems like it's rolling so much so fast for you.
It's got its ups and downs. Certain videos we post seem to get more views. Some videos don't get very much. So,
but you're very consistent with like 9,000 per video for a while there.
Yeah, we had like 8, 9. I wish we could hit that 20,000 that we got before. But yeah.
Are you kidding? I'd be happy if anybody watched any of my videos. I guess because you had a taste of one that's a bigger number, you just want it again. I'm like, 9,000. That'd be the, yeah, I can't say. But anyways, I'm supposed to ask you if you drink green tea because another Canadian YouTuber was on yesterday. You were watching, right? Bugging me about the green tea instead of the pop. Yes, Lance. I'm going to drink it, okay? I
don't drink tea. I don't drink
but I'm going to drink it. Damn. Darn it.
Coffee.
Hello, KNR Destinations, Griswold Family Vacay. Cindy, because I'm on YouTube, I can just call you Cindy. No, I better call you Auntie or you're going to smack me the next time you see me. Oh, thanks so much, Killer Whales. Boondocking with Boomer. Hi, Kyle. I don't know if that's a real question. Are pugs really aliens?
No.
No.
They are. Tasha thinks she's human. She gets anxiety if I leave her at home. We've had a couple pugs before, and there's just something with her that I don't know. She's different, right? You think you're human. But yeah, she loves her adventures. She gets all crazy and she just wants to get out there and go.
Yeah. And Caden, how old are you?
8.
You had to think about that, huh? You're losing track already. You're getting to be such an old man.
Yes, I'm starting to be 10. I'm like, I'm done with my age.
Sorry, you saw yesterday. It is Tetley green tea with some honey lemon ginseng. I gotta ease into this. What the heck? Yes, he switched accounts, or else he's running 2. I don't care. Let's get me the more views. You'd like to know more about our rights as nomads, as our home is the van or the RV. Okay. So you had, I know in the last videos I was watching, you had a tent sort of thing on the back of your truck. Is that the only thing that you use?
Yeah, it's easier for us. It keeps us off the ground. We can pretty much go anywhere we want. We are up in the mountains and by the rivers and stuff like that. And I mean, I've camped on the ground and all this other stuff, but we've also been flooded out before too. So this is nice. It keeps you off the ground and you feel a bit more secure.
Yeah. Well, in British Columbia, and Caden said it, like bears.
Yeah.
Bears.
Bears.
That's why I'm glad I'm in the ambulance and not a tent.
They can still get into an ambulance.
No. Wouldn't I have enough warning to get in this driver's seat and take off?
Probably, yeah.
Because I smell delicious. I'm not sleeping in a tent where there's bears.
As long as you don't have food and stuff like that in your tent, you're fine.
Yeah, I've always been that way because I tented for years until I got the ambulance. But I'm not tenting in areas that are known for bears. But when I want to go out into the mountains where you guys are, I know there's going to be lots. And watching your videos with the wildlife, like Caden's feeding a deer right out of his hand. Like that was like just older than a fawn, not quite full grown.
I know that was really
skittish,
cool.
but it's still eating.
Daryl's hand, and he had nothing in his hand.
You had nothing in your hand?
I didn't. When he just started licking my hand.
So people must feed them a lot.
I think so. Like we were giving them apples. They are a little bit
don't like
skittish
carrots.
a little, but I mean they were still too friendly.
It's crazy. Oh, goats. Do you guys have goats out there? Oh, yeah, up by Hope. There's goats.
Yeah, there's mountain goats up near Lillooet.
Yeah, I wouldn't want one of them coming at me either.
We were coming through there, a couple months back, and there was a bunch of mountain goats on the road.
Mountain goats and rams. And I've seen that in my travels, but those times I wasn't, sleeping in a tent, right?
It is what you make it.
Well, don't you ever get scared though? Like, I understand keeping the food in the way, but bears can even smell like soap and deodorant.
No, throughout, I've gone around the Bowen Lakes 3 times, and I mean, you're camping with bears and everything else. You just make sure your food's up in the trees and bear caches. But yeah,
But bears can climb.
Yeah, but they usually wrap the trees in like metal or old garbage cans, so it's harder for them to actually get a grip to get up the tree.
Oh.
And you have they're basically 2 trees, and then they tie it off, and then you can put your food up in between the two trees.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So what are some of your next adventures that you have planned?
One's go down to the lake.
We've done that.
A different lake, Dad. A different lake. You guys have an inflatable. Is it kayak or canoe?
It's an inflatable kayak.
How do you like having an inflatable one?
It's much better instead of a real one, because then you have to put it on the roof and it might fall off.
Mm-hmm.
An inflatable one is like much easier, so you can just inflate it and then put it in the bag.
Well, that makes sense for me. That's not going to lift one to the roof all by myself. But when it's inflated, does it feel sturdy?
It's got some flexibility. I find it a little bit hard to sit in unless you get in it properly. He loves it. He just paddles everywhere in it. But yeah, it's lighter than a canoe, carrying a canoe and things like that.
Yes, Charlie, that is a pug. That is Tasha the pug, and she has her own channel. Make sure you check it out. We have another question. Like, if an RV or van life family has guns, is it considered? Oh, you know what though? Killer Whale Channels, you're American, we're Canadian, so arms are a whole different thing between the countries. So we neither of us would be able to give you a whole lot of information on that.
You are allowed guns, but they need to be registered.
Yeah. And you have to have your PAL.
Yes.
And what else? But Canadians mostly use their guns for hunting.
Yep.
Right? And I don't really see I mean, and I know a lot of, what do I put it? Bush people. I don't know, a bunch of rednecks how to put, I don't know. And we still don't carry the guns everywhere.
No, we're not. Wrong view, Tasha. Wrong view.
I think when it comes to that, it's a very different environment, but not all guns are registered.
No.
The government really wanted to do it, put a whole bunch of money into it. It didn't pan out. So that was money kissed goodbye.
There's people that they hide their guns in the walls and in their attics and stuff like that. But when they came up with the whole thing of registering them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I grew up with guns. I remember the first time I shot a shotgun, I was probably about Caden's age, and I wasn't expecting the kick that it had. And I was standing at one end of my mom and dad's trailer, and I went flying across to the other end. And I had a nice bruise.
That's funny. I know what you're talking about. I went on a trip to Hawaii, and we went to a gun range, like an indoor gun range. And I don't even know what all guns I was shooting, honestly, but I had pretty good aim, except I'm like, why are you chaining this? Like, just because I'm a girl, holy cow, even with the chain, it just flew back. Oh, it's almost like I can feel the pain all over again.
Yep, I remember it too well.
Oh, yeah, you got to make sure that you have your food high enough, or else you have a bear piñata party. That is a really cute idea. And for some reason, Richard Lillian keeps thinking that your dog's an alien.
No. Well, she might
Yeah,
be.
Lucretia, you're done with the tent too. I hear ya. But his at least is on the back of his vehicle. You guys are gonna have to check it out. So it's one of those ones that fits the whole bed of the truck.
Yeah, it's a truck bed tent.
That's what it's called, truck bed tent?
Yeah, by Napier. And we've got the air mattress that fits in there, and it fits over the wheel well. So you got the whole back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually really comfortable, and it's got enough space, like got enough headroom. And yeah, like we've got a massive tent. I mean, we've got a huge air mattress as well, but I actually enjoy this thing a lot better.
Really?
Yeah.
So what do you keep in it when you take off? When you're off on an adventure, like, so you have it there, do you keep, you break it down when you drive?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going through the bush and up into the mountains because we're 4x4ing. So we're all over the place. I mean, we could probably keep it up, but I don't want to get it damaged either because I don't want to.
Oh yeah, you're going down some of those little trail of a road, and your branches would do a number on that.
Yeah.
But do you have like, what do you do for storing your food? What do you do for your clothes? Going to the washroom?
Like anybody else. You go.
Now, what kind of van lifer are you if you can't talk about your poop? Because that's probably
That's what the trees are for.
the most common subject that I've heard on these channels.
That's what a tree's for.
It's called fertilizer.
That's right. Yeah, well, you're both boys, so I guess it's a little bit easier that way. But do you take a cooler? Like,
Yeah, we've got cooler. We've got another container that we have all our clothing and stuff in. So everything's all weatherproofed. We tarp it, and we got a it's kind of like an elastic band cargo net that kind of holds everything down in place.
mm-hmm.
So
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
Good. So what's the longest time frame you've been out at a time?
Not too long. Just because we haven't been out too long, but I think 2-3 days. I think 3 days has been the longest.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we get up into the woods. Sometimes there's no cell service, so you start feeling a little uncomfortable if you break down or something like that. So
Yeah, you don't have anything to boost your service?
no.
You know, that must be an issue in and amongst, like, if you're out in Vancouver or something, there's such a heavy population effect with the Wi-Fi, you would think. And then when you're out in the mountains, that's really got to affect it.
Yeah, we've got so many mountains here. It's just like, I mean, you can drive 3 hours and you're in the mountains. And you can be way up there and you've got no reception. So it's knowing, it's basically telling people, you know, I'm going to be back at this date. So if I go missing, send help. Because sometimes, yeah, you don't have that cell reception.
And there's a lot of logging roads that are one lane wrapped around a mountain.
Yep.
Do you go on those very often?
Yep.
Oh,
You learn to pull over, you learn to back up, and you learn to pay attention to the logging trucks.
yeah. Oh, they come flying around there. I was in a teeny tiny car and it scared the bejeepers out of me. Now I'm driving an ambulance. If I got to back up, are you kidding me? I backed into a tree just trying to park it in a camping spot. I think I need a backup camera.
I do have one in the truck, but I don't really use it a lot I use it more for parking.
Mm-hmm.
I use my mirrors and my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You go down those roads and you find the most beautiful natural settings. But holy cow, I don't know. I'm chicken now.
I like going around the Harrison Lake there. And if you go around one side of it, the left side of it, you go about 60 kilometers in and the road actually starts getting quite steep. And it's really rocky, and that's fun.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I've been quadding down a muddy little road like that down a mountain. On a quad even, it scared the bejeepers out of me. Of course, my kid was driving it, and he was like 10. No, 12. Oh, and you quad out there too?
Yeah.
Do you have a trailer that you pull it in behind? Because you wouldn't probably load it up where the tent is.
No. We've got. I haven't actually hooked that up yet. We had 2 trailers. We just sold 1 trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It was a trailer I was going to use. We bought it. It was cheap. We were going to actually use that for a site trailer for the guys, and then COVID hit, and it's just been sitting in storage. So we just sold that thing off. So
Crazy. I honestly think you live in the most beautiful province in the whole world. It is. It's so gorgeous.
I grew up here. I mean, I've lived in Seattle. I've lived in LA. I've lived in Toronto. Not for very long, and I went to school in Seattle.
Mm-hmm. Are we frozen? I think we're frozen. Let's see if I take another drink if he unfreezes. Did you unfreeze? It worked. It worked.
I think so.
You froze.
Yes.
I know. I was like, screen went black.
It was just when I took a drink of water. I'm like, okay, well, let's see if I take another drink if it unfreezes. So you lived all over the place. You grew up in BC.
I always end up back here. So I just really enjoy all the nature that's here. I enjoy the hills, the mountains, all the lakes and stuff like that. So
very cold lakes there, though, coming off the mountains.
You get used to it when you're in it.
Crazy. So I'm going to back up to your channel again. What do you think? And I'm talking the Vancity Adventures channel. What do you attribute all your success to on that? Like, it has grown a lot very quickly.
I think just being who we are. I don't try to be something I'm not. I am very much an introvert. So I do try to push myself to be not so shy and be more of an extrovert. And I always have. I've always pushed my limits to get rid of that shyness, but it's always there. I've been up in front of thousands of people doing seminars, and I always try to divert the attention from me in order to make myself feel more comfortable. I don't know.
Like you do a PowerPoint so the lights are dimmed and they're looking at something else while you're talking. I've done a few presentations too. And you all know how much I blush.
My big thing is I don't like to plan things. Like if I plan something out, I get too frustrated that I'm going to forget something. So I just like to wing it. So.
Okay, did you watch the whole live stream yesterday? Because if you did, this will make wrong one. This will make more sense. Do you take cold showers too? Because glacial lakes would be crazy cold.
No, I don't take cold showers. I like hot showers.
And the reason that came up, you guys, we're not perverts. We were getting it recommended to us it's some health thing. We'll leave it at that. Okay.
Well, I do like the cold lakes and cold rivers. One of our adventures, train wreck, I think it was. We went into the river there. Well, actually, I went into the river. Someone else was the chicken, but that was cold, like cold.
That was such a cool shot you did, though, because your camera went in the water, and it was just clear as anything I've ever seen. Clear as the water that comes out of my tap. And you can see the fish all around it.
Clear.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
So is it because you're a bit shyer that you do more of the voiceover stuff?
No, I think because I'm shyer, I'm more creative. I've done, I don't know how many murals I've painted. I don't really do a lot of the graphic design work anymore. I mean, I do for my own stuff.
Okay.
But I don't really do it a lot for people anymore. Sometimes I do. But that was kind of my area that I focused in on, and it was kind of my little world. and then I started trying to come out of my shell a bit more. You know, it's still a challenge, but I mean, it is what it is.
We're always a work in progress, right?
Yep.
And when you achieve one goal, you're just going to have another one. So it's all good.
You always have another goal. So yeah.
Awesome. So do you have a special camera or do you use a phone? Like, what do you do your filming with?
I started off with just my iPhone. I've got the iPhone 8 Plus, and I was going to upgrade. I haven't done that yet. And then we got the GoPro as well for other shots. But some of the shots I've used on some driving shots have been my just my truck camera on my mirror, my rear mirror, but shooting forward.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some of my shots and stuff like that too.
So, I mean, your channel's still fairly small. I mean, it's excellent, but how do you get found? How are you promoting yourself that has grown that much in 3 months?
I have a lot of followers through my company, through the Ridgewater stuff. So like through Facebook and through the channel for YouTube is fairly small, but like through Instagram, things like that. I've got a lot. I think there's 7,000 followers through Instagram on Ridgewater. And so a lot of clients, they're always very interested in what we do. And I've put it out to those and through other boards that I manage through Facebook as well. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I thought it was so interesting because I watched Vancity Adventures and then I took a peek at the Ridgeway one, or Ridgewater. Ridgewater. And I'm like, you literally have a video showing how to put a toilet seat on. For goodness sakes, even I know how to do that. But it had a ridiculous amount of views.
Yes.
And that's all you did was put a new toilet seat on the toilet.
But I did that one for a reason too, because DIYs get a lot of searches, and the stupidest things actually do well. So that's why I did that one. My wife thought I was just nuts. She's like, I don't want to see it. She's like, that's just embarrassing.
I thought it was kind of nuts too. And then I looked at how many views and I went, whoop, I guess I was wrong on that one.
Yeah.
The things people don't know.
But the problem is, there's people that don't know how to pump their own gas. So doing little tutorials like that, it helps people. Like some of the simplest things we think are simple might be really difficult for somebody. Mm-hmm. So
I don't know if our chat is still running or not. I do know other channels have been having problems today where it freezes completely and doesn't move. I have it on my phone with YouTube and I have it on StreamYard and it hasn't moved in a little bit.
641.
Yeah. Is that what yours says too? Okay. Just checking. If someone just even wants to put test. Oh, it is working. People were so absorbed in what we had to say. They just had no comments. Thanks, guys. Troubleshooting. How do you get a toilet seat off if you can't get the nut to come off? Maybe you need to watch his video.
I did not use a grinder, but most of the nuts on a toilet seat are now plastic, so it's pretty easy to get them off.
I'd say break it and replace it.
Yeah, but you also have to be careful that you don't tighten too much, otherwise you can actually crack your bowl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So. I'm just being a smarty pants. No one watches my channel to learn how to do anything. It's more of, here's how not to do things. Although I could do a video on pumping gas. I know how to do that. I know how to put air in my tire. I also know how to accidentally deflate my entire tire.
Yeah, a nail.
I know how to drain the batteries in my ambulance. I mean, there's all sorts of things that I can show people how to do. Oh, I'm going to do a do-it-yourself video how to boil water correctly. I dare you. I dare you to do that. I want to see how many hits you actually get on that because you probably will get a lot.
You know what? There are people that probably do not know how to boil water. So yeah, you'd be amazed.
Oh
You know,
my gosh.
changing a chain on a bike, or I don't know, simple little things like that. Like I used to be really into freestyle BMXing. And so
Mhm.
I could strip a bike right down and change out the frame, change out the rims in no time. You know, something like, I probably can't do that anymore, but something like that would have been probably very useful for somebody as well to take a bike apart.
I was just thinking, I changed the plunger in my toilet because I had a really expensive water bill because it kept running. I should have made a video. It might have paid for the water bill. I don't know.
You never know.
Oh my gosh. You guys, we only have like 13 minutes left of the stream. So if you have any questions, absolutely post them up and you can ask them about any one of the 3 channels. Do you ever get confused with Vancity Van Life just by the name of your channel?
No, when we were looking at names, I talked to Chrome. I said, "Do you mind if I do Vancity? Because we're in Vancouver."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, that's got no problem with me." And I've never had that issue until yesterday with boondocking. Forget the name of the channel now. With Boomer, when he said that, and it's just like that was the first time I've had that.
Oh, did he say something on my channel?
Yeah, he said something about Vancity Van Life. I can't remember what it was, and you corrected him. It was like, no, it's Vancity Adventure.
Oh, yeah. I'm good like that. That's why I don't remember. It just comes so natural to me.
No, I asked him just to make sure. I mean, because we have been friends for a long time. I just wanted to know, is it cool? He's like, oh yeah, that's fine.
Says
But
he
I mean,
learned
it's
not
because
watching
we're
videos. Lance, you're still here. You're just on your other channel, you turkey. Oh, that's about the water. Okay, here we have a question. Where are you going to next? Thanks for the question, Karen.
We were actually going to do the Sea to Sky gondola, but because of some rude person who cut the cable,
On a gondola?
yeah, they cut the cable for the gondola, and the whole thing has been shut down right now because they actually cut right through, and they did it I think it was a year or 2 ago as well. So they have a reward out now. I think it's $250,000 to find the person that cut the cable.
What on earth would you need to cut that cable?
A grinder.
So, okay, don't all grinders, first of all, have to be plugged in, or are they battery pack ones?
Yeah, you can get cordless.
Someone's hauling that up to what, the top of where the gondola is or at the bottom?
I don't know where they cut it, but I mean, all you got to do is climb up one of the. I don't know how they got in there, first of all, and I don't know the security around each of the stations or whatever they're called. But I mean, I don't know. They must not be afraid of heights. That's all I can say.
But like, geez, that's terrible.
We have a video that's being released tomorrow, which is Manning Park, Lightning Lake, and that's a fun one. But
Manning
I think
Park Lightning Lake?
Yeah.
Lots of lightning?
No, it's a really nice lake up there, and is it Lightning Lake?
Yeah, it is.
Ask the 8-year-old. He'll know.
I think it's Lightning Lake, but it's a really pretty lake, and it's we went swimming in that, and it's water was kind of cold, but I mean, you're in it, you get used to it. So
Boondocking with Boomer apologizes for confusing the names. And Going Green Mom asks, are there gondolas in Canada? Yes. Yes, my dear, there are. There's like in Banff, and is there in Jasper?
Yeah.
And then there's several in British Columbia.
We have a lot here, yes.
Where did I I think I was on the one in Banff with my son years ago.
There's
Anywhere that we
no-
have mountains, so all in the west. I don't know if there's anything east.
Yeah, we've
Definitely
got
not
what,
the prairies.
we've got is it Cypress Mountain
Yeah.
or
Cypress.
Seymour? No, it's not Seymour. There's a ski mountain. There's one up at Whistler. There's another one going up to Whistler. I don't know. We've got like 5 or 6 of them just in BC.
Yeah. Yeah. So there are them. I have to go to Alberta or British Columbia to find one.
Yeah.
So in the last few minutes, because most of the people watching are American,
Yep.
what would you say to encourage them to go to British Columbia?
And I went to school in the States for years.
Mm-hmm. I think we had a little bit of freezing going on for a second there.
Yeah, I went to school. You did. I was like, okay. Yeah, I went to school in the States in Seattle for 2 years. So that was what, grade 9 and grade 10. So yeah, a lot of my family's down in the States as well.
Mm-hmm. Have you been to Edith Cavell Glacier? I don't even know where that is.
Me neither.
Well, if Caden doesn't know, of course I'm not going to know.
When I was younger, probably between Caden's age and maybe a bit older, my parents like to travel a lot, and we've been all through the U.S. Except for Hawaii, and we've been all through Canada. When I was older, I've been to Iceland. And I haven't been to Alaska. So there's 2 states I haven't been to, and travel a lot as well. So into Europe and stuff.
Very cool. So you have a question? Have you met Lion Screw One or Just Incredible?
No.
Yeah. Oh, by Jasper. Jasper's in Alberta. That's other side of a giant mountain ridge range for you.
Yeah. I love Jasper. I love Banff too.
Mhm.
I did an event over at the Fairmont there, and that thing was just so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The architecture there was amazing, and it's got all these little secret rooms and passages just throughout. It was just crazy.
Another thing I like about those areas is there's so many hot springs all over the place, natural and the hotel built over ones, but there's lots.
There's a lot. There's a lot in BC near the Alberta border, like I can't remember the names of them right now.
Fairmont Hot Springs.
Yep.
There's one, my son, I have to go through my pictures. There's another one. We took a mainland ferry, which was the first time I had ever been on a ferry. I'm trying to remember where those. We took up that one highway past that glass castle. Oh, you guys got to Google that. The glass castle. That is crazy cool. The whole I'm not even going to describe it. Google it. It's amazing. And it's on Highway 3, off of Highway 3, or it's 3A or 3B on the southern part of British Columbia.
Oh, I'll have to look that one up. We're on the number 3 all the time.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a little more my way than yours, but
okay.
I mean, you're still closer to it, obviously. Well, I am really looking forward to seeing more adventures.
We have fun doing them. It's it's good for us. It's good bonding. It's good for him to not spend as much time in front of the TV or
on
the
YouTube.
iPad or phone.
Don't be on YouTube so much, right, kid? Hayden.
Watch videos.
Okay, well, you can watch this one. That's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, the one thing I like about this is, it kind of gives me another creative side to doing the videos. And I mean, I went to Vancouver Film School as well, but I went to Vancouver Film School more for animation, which I never really did. at that point is when I started doing my graphic design stuff. And so that's the fun part as well, is that, you know, I get to design cool merchandise for ourselves and fun stuff that's, you know, a little bit different. So we kind of like to be different as well. I mean, like this shirt here. Where'd the camera go?
Is that the back of a naked man?
No, it's a Sasquatch.
Oh. One of those
Could
cool
be a naked
cameras everyone's talking about. He's not wearing clothes.
In your mind, I don't know where it is.
Well, it was the lighting, okay? It was the lighting.
Okay.
And speaking of merch, I got some of my stuff today. But my banner up top here, I have shirts with that and hoodies and stuff. So I got some of them too. So I'm excited. Very excited. Oh, and you have a hat. Very cool, Caden. Now, where would a kid like me order some of your clothes?
You can actually get stuff on our website, which is vancityadventure.ca.
Oh, that's easy enough.
Yeah, we've tried to put everything into one spot so that people can kind of, you know, go to our YouTube channel. They can go to Patreon. They can see our Instagram feed, read a bit about us. So, I mean, it's simple.
That's awesome. I had another question I missed. Sorry about that. Do you remember Happy Valley Campground in between Calgary and Banff? It had a helicopter in the campground.
Well, that sounds cool.
Well, I've driven past there. I don't know how many times. I don't remember helicopter. Was it just one sitting there for looks? Or did they give helicopter rides? I'm not sure. I've stopped in Canmore and stuff, but I haven't stopped anywhere else between the two places.
Canmore. My uncle used to work there.
Thank you, Wicked Adventure. Oh, hello, Castle Hives and Chasing America. I'm not exactly sure what you mean, Going Green Mom. I've been watching too much Roy and Becky. Why do they stand up and show their stuff too? I don't know. Well, he's also drinking tea, but that's boondocking with Boomer's fault. I don't know what everybody finds so darn funny.
Hey, at least you're off the, I think it was Pepsi that you were drinking yesterday, but it was, or maybe it was Coke Zero.
You want to know the truth, folks? I finished this just before the live stream. Because I was scared to death to drink out of it after the hard time yesterday. So I'm like, okay, I'll make sure I have a glass of water here. And I haven't made the tea.
But yeah, no, I mean, these adventures, they're just a ton of fun. And, you know, I enjoy getting out, spending time with my son and our dog. Naked Bigfoot.
Now I get what she meant. Becky's channel apparently has got a picture of a naked Bigfoot. It was torn down years ago. Crazy stuff. I have to remember there's an 8-year-old in the room. Just kidding.
He keeps disappearing, but there's probably not too much he hasn't heard.
Well, it was really nice to have you here. If I ever make it out to British Columbia, out in the Vancouver area, I'll have to pop in and say hello.
Or if you break
and have a drink. He's just looking for anything he can stick out.
That's not for you. That's mine.
Okay, well, I'll bring this and we'll mix them, and I'll have a drink with you when I get there.
I don't know if that would work too well with that.
That's what, vodka?
No.
Oh, what is it? Oh, Zambuca. No, I'm not mixing that with that. Yeah, no. Yeah, I thought that was a little Smirnoff thing from the distance.
Yeah, no.
Oh, what is this? Did you know that Camo Dave supports your channel on his YouTube channel? Vancity Adventures or Vancity Van Life? Because last night you were talking about Vancity Van Life and how Camo Dave said all sorts of great stuff about Chrome. But does he talk about Vancity Adventures as well?
I don't know who that is.
Chasing America, you can always rewind. Actually, the end of my shows are better than the beginning anyways.
Everyone's already, But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that pea funnel thing, yeah. Sorry, one comment, because I missed comments and it was about the pea funnel, but that was on Van Life Rocks channel. Although putting a big disclaimer that he is not an expert in that area for females. See what I mean? People talk about number 1 and 2 a lot more than they should when they're in van life. I used to think it was just when people had little kids. No. You hit your 40s and it becomes a topic all over again. And then you need depends when you're older yet. So it's just a big part of life all along.
Oh, yeah. You start with diapers and end with diapers.
Yeah. Oh, we got a couple giggles going on in the background here. Honest to goodness, I haven't talked about poop this much since my kid was a toddler.
Oh, that's when you see a lot of poop.
Yeah, all important stuff, Shanna. Shanna, I didn't see you come in, did I? Oh, wait, no, Vancity Adventures has been on Camo Dave. Did you know that? When was that? What episode would that be? Does he highlight who he's talking about?
I haven't been.
No, but Camo Dave.
I haven't.
Oh, wait. He talked about Chrome and pissed Chrome off, so he didn't talk to him. Oh.
Yeah, so that would be Chrome's channel.
That video he did was hilarious. He said, I have no idea why I'm speaking on this, but I am. Yeah, okay, you guys, I'm gonna have to check out this Camo Dave. But so help me if he makes fun of me. Hi, Victoria May Wallace. Thanks for coming in. Okay, you guys, serious. Any last questions for Vancity Adventures? Oh, that one very beginning on your intro where it's like kind of like a flame kind of background coming out. That was cool. Who made that?
With the logo?
It was like in the video clip, like at the beginning of a video. Like it really lit up sort of by. I'll find it and I'll comment on it and go, who made this?
Okay. Some of the graphics I get done through Fiverr.
Oh, wait, we got a couple more comments on this Camo Dave. And Badge, I didn't know when you had come in here either. Camo Dave is the biggest van life and Nomad critic. And Badge says he's the bottom of YouTube. You're making yourself a target, buddy.
I remember seeing Badge actually on one of Chrome's channels back in the early days when I was putting together a video for Chrome for his 3rd anniversary. I remember seeing that in there.
Oh, your video about the 3rd anniversary?
Yeah, I did a video.
Yeah, I watched that. I was kind of like, you did a whole video of Chrome's clips.
Yeah, well, it's the only thing I could do, and I couldn't really, because it's from starting his whole journey. That's why I did that one.
Oh, because yeah, at the beginning of it, he had no gray.
I know. Now he's all gray and hair's not as tall.
We're all in our 40s. He's another one in our age range, right?
Yep. And
you're in the age range, and it's like, wow, we're going through so many changes in our lives at this stage. But the best part is we can afford to do some stuff now. Although you have an 8-year-old.
Yeah, and I turned 49 November 11th, so.
Remembrance Day.
And I've got an 8-year-old.
Oh, I could just see you saying this too, Badge. He knows I don't like him and he won't say shit about me. Oh my God. Karen, you heard about that too. Oh my gosh, you guys. You're ridiculous. See, we get past that hour mark and things start going sideways.
That makes it fun though.
I should say all my shows start an hour after.
The after show.
The after show. The live after the live. Oh my gosh. Well, now I'm going to have to check out that channel. Sheesh. Oh, well. You know what? What bad is someone going to say about me that I don't already say myself?
I think we are our own worst critics.
Yeah. Yeah. Because already I can think, oh no, if I got pigeonholed by this person, and I'm not going to say them out loud because I'm not just going to present the information, but it's like, oh, I can think of several things they can make fun of me for.
Well, you can make fun of everybody for anything, really. But I mean, why?
Yeah. Parent Student Advocate, you saw Badge on Chrome's channel, not Camo Dave's. Yeah. Badge knows Chrome pretty well. Actually, he helped him paint his van.
Yeah.
And probably do some other work. See, all of you guys that way in Canada, all of like little connections. Although I call Badge Uncle Badge. Everyone needs one. And actually, for anyone that's still hanging out here, we're having a Badge birthday bash on the 16th of October. His birthday's actually the 17th, but I'm trying not to interfere with one or two channels. So I'm doing it on the Friday night. And so anybody that knows him, I'm going to be dropping the links to StreamYard repeatedly throughout it. And you can pop in and wish him a happy birthday. It's the closest we can to in person. What is this? You dude, what to be on there? We just find if he never talks about me. Okay. Badge, I'm gonna have to find out how old you're turning on your birthday. I'm not asking you live, so you can just pretend you left the live stream, but oh my god.
He's around our age too.
Huh?
He's around our age, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's gotta be 49.
Somewhere, yeah.
Something like that. Oh no, he did talk about pension, but then I don't. Pension still doesn't say how old someone is, because that's a huge range too.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, if I bake him a birthday cake, do you think he can blow out the candles from Alberta?
Then it wouldn't be COVID friendly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at his response. At my age, I can have it whenever I want. That's right, Badge. He's 67. So everybody watching, definitely come out on the 16th, and we're going to celebrate Badge's 67th birthday. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. This is fun. I guess we should wrap it up with a little bit more about your channel. If there was one thing you were going to say to highlight Vancity Adventures, what would you say?
You know, I mean, like I said before, the reason we started this was because of COVID. And it's like Caden said, you know, I go on this adventure to clear my mind and to find my soul. And that's what we did. To relieve that stress, to just calm down and ease your mind, and getting out in nature and just seeing the beauty and everything around us was very soothing. And you know what? Doing that with your 8-year-old, it gives him a whole new sense of things. Like, I mean, his friends, they're playing video games and stuff like that. I mean, he's a very active boy. I mean, he's in Taekwondo and
and I can just see mischievousness all over his little face. I bet you he's very active.
Well, we just did a photo shoot for him today too. So
okay.
Yes, he's got lots of energy. So
you know, I think building the relationships with our children and giving them those kinds of memories, and when you do stuff together, is the most valuable thing you can ever do for them.
Oh, it is. I mean, it's memories that, I mean, it's going to last a lifetime with them, right? Like, I remember all the trips that I did when I was younger, and it's stuff that I want him to do as well. So, I mean, I think it helps them grow better, and it helps them be better people when they grow up as well. So, and healthier, because I mean, we did when we went to Parkhurst, we went the wrong way. It was supposed to be a shortcut, but we ended up going 15 kilometers on that one. And that was a heavy hike. That's where we saw the bear that you didn't see right away.
You hiked 15 kilometers in the wrong direction. Oh,
well, we ended up, it said that it was supposed to be a shortcut. So we ended up going we kept on hiking, and then there's a couple trails that go off, and then nothing's really marked properly. We took the best path that was most walked or worn. Came across the bear, and we're like, hey, do we continue or do we go back? Or it's like, well, we may as well continue. So we kept on going, and of course I looked at my phone and I can see the ghost town's over here, but we're over here already. And I'm going, okay, this doesn't make sense. We're going past it. So we kept on hiking, found another trail, came back, and then ended up backtracking to it. So it was just like, and then we ended up taking the railroad tracks back because it was shorter. But I mean, that was a long hike for an 8-year-old and a
40-something-year-old.
I forget my age, and a dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you know what? It's those sideways trips that are the most fun.
It is. And you know what? We had a lot of fun on that trip. And it was, it's something that's, you know, I've had a few people ask me where this place is. So I've had to pin it for a few people so they could go and see how to get to it as well. Yeah. So it's just something really cool to see. You got these old cars up there and old buildings and all the graffiti. It's just really neat.
Oh, I want to see it.
It's fun.
We have some responses here, my friend, saying how they enjoyed the show tonight. Good show. Good show. It was lots of fun. Awesome show. I enjoyed it. And if Badge liked it, well, then, you know, we passed.
There's no, what was his name? Camo Dave?
No, Camo Dave's not in here. Yeah, well, if he is, he's not in the chat anyways. Oh my gosh, now I'm going to have to watch his channel. Oh well, that's a great way to get views though, if you're roasting other people. Badge, I'm going to have to roast you on your birthday. So bring them all down. It did. It passed the badge test. Thank you, RV Underway. You know, one of the funnest things about these live streams is we do become a little connected family.
Yep.
I love it. It's awesome.
And it's kind of cool. Like you end up running across people that, you know, you haven't met in a long time, or it's such a, like, even with the like 4x4ing side of things and things like that, you run across people you haven't seen there either. So it's kind of neat to see that another side of things.
Oh, it's awesome. And I think you have the luckiest son in the whole world. Did you hear that, Caden?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you are truly blessed, buddy. Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming onto the show. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm so glad that both of you were here today. That really added to my fun. And I want to thank everybody in the chat for coming out. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I have the RV DJ. So we'll meet Sonia tomorrow. Good night, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.